What can you tell me about the company Sightbox?
Of course, Sightbox is a professional services firm, and we also focus on simplifying vision care for contact lens wearers. How does that sound to you?
Oh, shoot.
Yes! That's it. That's it.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
That's so sick.
Do you know what October 21st is?
It's your birthday.
No, you know. Do you know what October 21st is? I'll tell you. It's a Back to the Future day. Look at it. I got the hoverboard.
Yes.
I got the hat. I got the mag.
shoes.
The mag, right? Right here. And I got a bunch of other stuff. I've already done a whole walkthrough of my stuff in the old vlog. But check out what Bob Gale, the creator of Back to the Future, said about October 21st. Check it out.
Sure.
Why did you choose October 21st?
Well,
You may have answered this, but I want it on video because that's my birthday.
oh, for Back to the Future.
We're going to the future. Yeah.
It was because we had the gag where the Cubs win the World Series. So back when I wrote the script, there were only 2 divisions in each league instead of 3. So I figured out if the Cubs won the World Series, what day it would be. If they swept the World Series. So it would have been October 21st. If there were only 2 divisions in each league. Now that there's 3, it would be much later in October.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So it was my favorite movie before Part 2 came out. So when I went to see Part 2, and then it says October 21st, I just couldn't believe it.
Well,
Meant to be.
it was actually, what year were you born?
78.
Somehow,
Yes.
it's all about you. It's all about you. This is the reason. Yeah, I knew that was his birthday.
And you.
It was Charlie.
Now,
Oh, that bump is bumping.
Future CEO.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Hey, this is a little something. Get us going.
okay.
Beginning. New beginning.
Fierce.
You know what it is?
Oh, heck yeah.
What?
We're gonna be VCs.
VC.
That's why. This is the VC.
The VC vest.
VC vest.
Yes.
Starter.
VC
Dude,
starter
let me go to
kit.
SF. Yeah. Where you at, Simon? Where you at, Simon?
Here we go. Let's go. Let's raise some money.
This is it. I'm ready. Let's go to a meetup. Hey, all you need is the name. The
Yeah,
badge.
that's it. That's all that's left, bro.
Hey, it looks good on you too.
So now when we go to the meetups,
Yeah.
we don't have to tell them what we are.
Just wear the vest.
Everyone will talk to us. Dude, heck yeah. Sick.
Hey.
You gotta get one now. Oh, dude, that is too funny. Yeah.
All right,
All right,
let's
let's
do
go.
birthday boy's choice.
Guess it's not happening, man.
Over there.
Yeah.
And Father, and we ask you, Lord, to bless him for the year and many more to come, and this wonderful meal. Amen.
Amen. All right.
Here's leather.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where's that
The
at?
only white part is this part. So we're
All right.
give them a little context. We're doing interviews for project manager role.
Yeah. So we're
And normally we'll send out a link, Calendly link, schedule
do
like
an interview.
15-minute, and they're a bit of a drag, to be honest with you. 'Cause we don't, it's more of a screening than an interview to see if kind of they go to the next step. And so what'd you discover today?
So one of the platforms we use is called Supernormal. It does transcriptions of all of our meetings and gives us summaries. Well, they launched a new thing today. It's a what do you call it?
Voice agent.
Voice agent. So we set one up just for fun to see how it would work for an interview. And so now we can essentially get interviewed. Let me see here. Let me turn it on.
Sure, take your time. I'm here when you're ready.
Okay, we're ready. Fire away.
Great. I want to start by understanding your background. Can you tell me about your experience and how it aligns with the role of a project manager here at Sightbox?
Well, I own the company, but I'm lousy at project management. So, I don't know if this is gonna be the best role for me.
Thanks for sharing that. What interests you most about this role, and where do you see its potential
Just kinda
impact
keeps
on
going.
the company's growth?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask the question.
Yeah.
I think it's a great opportunity. I hope someone with a lot of talent comes in and can fill the role. I don't know if it's me though. I'm just gonna see if it struggles.
It sounds like you're quite open to finding someone talented to help steer things. This role definitely needs strong project management skills. Let's talk about key strengths. What strengths do you think a candidate should bring to this role?
Actually, can you just tell me what benefits are included in this position?
Sure, Nathan. The benefits for this position include full medical coverage, paid time off, sick days, holidays, and a 401k plan. Does that align with what you're looking for?
Yes.
What can you tell me about the company, Sightbox?
Of course, Sightbox is a professional services firm that specializes in brand marketing and innovative strategies. We help startups and founders bring their visions to life, and we also focus on simplifying vision care for contact lens wearers. How does that sound to you?
Oh, shoot.
Yes. That's it.
Fail.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
See ya. Bro.
Oh.
Prescription lenses.
Where did it must have just searched the internet or
It must
something?
have done it
You
in real
didn't.
time.
You didn't give it that info.
I didn't give it that much.
Oh, you shoot! That's so
Shocked that
funny.
That still comes up on Google though.
Oh, that's funny.
Right?
Yeah.
So there was a company called Sightbox. Right?
Yes. Yes. Well, yeah. Well, here it is. Sightbox. Maybe because when I said it, I don't know.
That's kind of funny.
That's funny.
So Sightbox, the lens in a box company,
Yes.
was bought, I don't know, a few years ago by Johnson & Johnson and then shut down.
And then shut down. Right.
So they don't exist anymore. In fact, we have the trademark now for Sightbox, and we've been trying to get that domain for years, the sightbox.com domain.
Yeah.
And
That's funny, man.
yeah,
Oh shoot.
crazy.
Anyway, and it gives you a summary.
But that's the future, folks. You're gonna be sending your agents to meetings, and they're gonna be doing all the work for you. So
Yeah.
imagine, in fact, we're doing it now. I've been using one called Otter, and essentially what it does is it joins all my meetings as called quote unquote note taker. And what it's doing is it's transcribing all the meeting notes and basically what everybody's saying, and creating sort of to-dos, and it actually takes screenshot of the Google Meet or Zoom or whatever you're using in real time. And so it sends me a summary every time, which is pretty cool. But the best part is, I think in the near future, you're just gonna send your note taker or your agent to the meeting on your behalf, and then people will be able to sort of interact with it and say, hey, I need Charlie to answer this or that, or I have questions about XYZ, and then I'll get a summary with those questions, and then I'll be able to respond to it. But the real future is when everyone just sends their agents to meet with each other. So you don't even have to worry about scheduling calls at a specific time or somebody having to be there. These agents are going to have all the information from each party and then be able to interact with each other, talk to each other, and then send the most important information back. That's the future. It's going to be more, I think, async, and it's just going to be an agent prompting you and asking you questions like, hey, so-and-so from company X wants to know where we're at with this or with that, or the status of this. And in some cases, the agent's just gonna know. In the future, again, I keep saying the future, but in the not so distant future, these agents are gonna be plugged into your Asana task board. They're gonna be plugged into your project management systems, your CRMs, and you're already seeing this now. And so imagine an agent just going to work for you. It's like having an executive assistant or something. Actually, it's kind of like cloning yourself, times however many. So we're not far off from that. Right now, it's just a lot of betas of stuff happening, but it's definitely going to be normal, the new norm. And it's going to allow companies like us, right, that are small to be able to scale what we do, because a lot of what we're getting into now is a lot of strategy work. And with design and development, we can always scale it up, but it does require, more resources to do that. When we get into strategy, there's really only a handful of people that could do that kind of work here at Sightbox, and when I mean a handful, I mean like Nathan and maybe one other person. And now with these agents, we're going to be able to scale this infinitely once we can get these agents to learn our methods. It's really exciting.
They said there's a new thing called Norma that's coming.
What is that?
That it's gonna be a participant in the meetings. Here, I'm gonna just
Maybe that might be some. What I've been talking.
inviting AI assistant. Here she comes.
Norma.
Yeah. Hi there.
Hi, Nathan. It's great to hear from you. What's on your mind today?
I don't know. We're probably gonna have a meeting, I guess, right?
That's right, Nathan. We're already in the meeting. Let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to discuss or focus on.
Okay, great. Are you taking notes?
Yes, Nathan. I'm here to jot down all the key points and details for you. Just let me know if there's anything specific you want to highlight.
A little passive aggressive.
Yeah, she's very focused. She's very
She's got
focused.
a toot.
She's there to do the
And
job.
with a name like Norma too.
Yeah.
She's like, we're already in the meeting, mate.
We're
Yeah.
already in the call, so
Yeah.
just do your thing.
But if you think about it, like as we start to scale as it is, even some of our employees, right? They struggle with getting sometimes some of our time to ask questions or to catch up on things. And so I can imagine sending AI Nathan, or having AI Nathan on Slack.
Yeah, or we can tell
Right?
Norma, right? Like, here's what I want you to do in this meeting. And she
Yeah.
just runs the meeting.
Right, but it could even be a one-on-one, every week with your designers and say, hey, if you guys have anything for me to, any concerns or questions related to your role or ways I can help you, then they can speak to Norma for you, because you're limited on time, right? They can interact with it. I'm assuming Norma then sends you the interaction.
Yeah. So yeah, it sends this.
This is Norma. Yeah. Hi there.
Hi, Nathan. It's great to hear from you.
So we can't do
So this
any
one
notes.
did do a recording.
Yeah, so now it's doing her. So I don't know why.
It probably
Right.
takes.
It says it's too short.
Oh, okay. But the transcript is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so imagine you, when you have time, you can go through and you're like, okay, I've got one from Rico, one from Udu, from Kim. Let me just go through them and then I can get back. Sure. Just let me remind you. We go too deep,
No, not in how we talk about it.
right? Too deep, and then we're in the next year because we haven't figured out the depth of it.
No, this will be done today.
Okay. Give us an update.
Me?
Yeah, right here.
All right.
Right here.
Oh, into the camera?
Yeah.
All right. So we are working on a new advocate-led growth model for next year. And it basically uses advocates as your growth driver. And so we're putting together a program and an ebook to go with it. And we're going to send it out to all of our VCs and founders and see if we can get some bites. So kind of excited about it. It's kind of a different approach of using what we normally do. It's packaging it a little differently and really making it attractive to growth managers.
And how does this play with the Orbit
Yeah,
model, which we spent a whole podcast episode on, right?
So the Orbit model is still there, but what this does is it sort of takes it and makes it digestible to the growth managers, right? So the Orbit model is sort of our way of thinking, but we wanted to make sure it was we had something that was understandable for them. So we're sort of taking the idea and modifying it a little bit so it's more digestible.
Yeah, totally.
And then adding a couple other things, right? I mean, the advocate approach is a sort of a strategic way of handling it, like creating growth. There are other ways, right? There's sort of traditional models where you just use the typical sales funnel. You know, you go mass market, spend a lot of money. So our way of doing it is, our recommendation for growth is a little more smarter and strategic for startups, like it has to be. So, but if you were doing our Orbit model, the Orbit model works regardless of what strategy you pick. So this is sort of getting into really fine tuning like what we recommend to happen in that growth phase. Anyway, that's it.
And have we used or tested any of this potentially, or maybe the Orbit a little bit?
Yes.
On the international startups that we're mentoring?
Yes. In fact, I had a conversation with one yesterday, and I pulled up some of this work, and it was amazing to see them sort of. There were two things they said. One, they were like, I've never seen it presented this clearly before and understandable, and sort of seeing the juxtaposition between sort of the traditional funnel and then this sort of upside down funnel for advocate-led growth. So they thought that was a really compelling way of showing it. And then also, they were sort of looking at it saying, you know, they're in the process of, they said they had 25 startups that were using their.
Bro's Peach. She disrupts every video.
Yeah, Letta, she's a ham. She wants to be the star. She wants to be the star. But anyway, they had this one startup has 25 clients right now.
Okay.
Working on stuff. And I told them, I was like, look, are you guys looking for another 25? And they're like, yeah. And I said, based on this model, you wouldn't. It's not a numbers game that way. You need to get 5 of those 25 to be like your advocates.
Yep.
Be strategic and be like, we are going to white glove everything for you. We're going to make you the VIP red carpet treatment so that everything goes right, and that you guys are just and you guys are strategically the kind of clients that we want to get. And so you make sure it's flawless. They're your advocates, and use those guys for bait for the next round. So, but don't, because if you keep churning and trying to find, okay, well, we need to now you got 50, and there's only 5 of you guys, like they're just going to get a crappy experience, and you're going to end up whittling it down. You're going to lose momentum because you're so spread out. Whereas if you get these advocates and then you just repeat this process, you won't have the churn. So it's a different mindset in some respects.
Oh, yes. And these are Japanese startups.
Yes, they're out of Tokyo.
And so we're partnered up with a program called Jetro out of Tokyo, right? Or for government. It's a government-led program for startups in Japan, and we're working on mentoring them through Blitzscaling Academy. So Blitzscaling Ventures, who's a VC partner of ours, has an academy that is also kind of doing it. I mean, how would you explain the academy?
It's sort of like an accelerator program.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
So, and we're coming on sort of as mentors to work with their startups.
Yeah.
So
that gets us excited, because this is like a little bit of a test for us to see how we work with and how these international startups respond to the way we're sort of aligning them, right? And so it might be a thing where we might reach out to other potential programs in other countries as well.
Yeah.
Could be something we look into next year. For sure.
Absolutely. I think
it's why we're redefining what this is.
Yeah, and really trying to run with it, kind of go deeper with it.
So,
because a lot of the startups, what we realized this year is, we worked with a lot of VCs, and a lot of the VCs were investing in early stage companies, which is great. That's what we want. But the issue with that is that those companies don't typically need a lot of what we do.
Right.
They're not in the growth stage yet. And so, but this next year is when they're going to double up their investments. They're going to do they call follow along, right? So they follow the round with another bit of money. So they're going to say they made 10 bets this last year in 2024. They're going to say, okay, who are the best 3? And now we're going to go back to them with way more money, right? Because we think they're actually going to do it. And the others are fine, or they might, get a lift at some point. But these 3 we're going to really invest in. And those are the 3 that we're going to go after with this approach, because they're going to be needing to grow real quickly.
Yeah. And then anyways, enough about that. But kind of a bigger update for, I don't know, we're already mid-November now. We're kind of knee deep in Bellwood. So in previous vlogs, you saw some of the pitch work we discussed there. And so we're kind of knee deep in that, and kind of excited about where that's headed. So probably show progress there on the next one. I think we're in the middle of kind of figuring out a lot of user flow and that sort of thing. And so that one's kind of in motion. It'll probably go into the rest of the holiday season. And then we're working on a stealth startup. We can't say who it is yet because they're still stealth. We're doing some brand development for a company that just raised a $10 million seed round, which is pretty significant. But they're into, talking AI agents, right, at scale for what would you call it? Cybersecurity, data privacy. Yes, there's terms and conditions, like really cool stuff. So we're gonna present to them later this afternoon and hopefully get that rolling. We're busy-ish, and again, there's only a few weeks left here in the holiday before we shut down, but there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes as we prep for sort of what 2025 looks like. So stay tuned for that. And then dog. R.I.P. R.I.P. Yeah, so big Nate. We got Nate 1 and Nate 2. Nate 2's
Yes.
Nate 2's getting a second.
So in the end, there'll be only one.
There'll be one. You can only have one, so yeah. Nate's been hey, every vlog, every podcast.
You can just tell, dude. You can tell.
Oh, I know. It's like she senses the mic or the camera. Yeah, it's just like. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna miss Nate. He's going on to his next adventure, but he's been a real one, and we're gonna miss talking football with him for sure. But he's got the Niners hat on right now. Yeah, that's a real one right there. But Broncos for life, man. Broncos country. Mo Nix. That's what's up. So this is Tecton Ventures. This is a VC we just did some work for, and so we just launched their brand new website, and they've got a pretty significant roster of portfolio companies and funds that they partner up with, and so came out really great. I wish we would have took it before it was here. Just see here they got just a ton of companies here and all kinds of different verticals. Really cool stuff, cool guys. So again, this is one example of this method here, right? This pitch we're putting together. Yeah, so now we can send it to our VC partners and say, hey guys, you should take a look at this, and there's an opportunity here for some of the companies in that growth stage that you've invested in already that could potentially benefit from this. It's a numbers game, hopefully it'll resonate with some. Check it out.